The 13th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Don't look back. Virtues which support us in our journey towards God. Through St. Luke, the Holy Spirit has willed to transmit us to the words addressed to these three disciples so that we can apply them to the calling we ourselves have received from God. Man can actually be defined by his vocation. Each human being is and has in himself what God created him for. The meaning and purpose of human life is to know and freely carry out the divine will. Man finds his ultimate fulfillment or is lost according to whether he carries out in his life the specific plan God has for him. We have all received a vocation, a call to know God and find in Him the source of life. We are invited to a state of intimacy with God, to a personal relationship of prayer. We are asked to make Christ the center of our life and to follow Him. The decisions we make are to be made while taking into account His will. We are called to see our fellow human beings as persons, as God's children. So we are required to overcome selfishness and to live fraternity, carrying out fruitful apostolate and helping others to find God. Our calling is to do all this in our own lives, in the very conditions and circumstances in which God has placed us, fulfilling in all we do the specific mission which is devised for and corresponds to each individual personality. Fidelity to our particular vocation means responding to the successive calls God makes on us throughout our life. Normally, it is a matter of being faithful to the small things of each day. It is a question of loving God in our work and in all the joys and sorrows that form part of every day. We must firmly set aside everything that might lead us to where we would be unable to find Christ. Fidelity is based on a number of essential virtues, without which it would be difficult, not to say impossible, to follow the Master. Humility teaches us that we are like the great statue in the book of Daniel. We too have feet of clay. Prudence and sincerity are the consequences of humility. Charity and fraternity prevent our tendency to egocentricity from turning us in on ourselves. The spirit of mortification leads us to temperance and sobriety and helps us to struggle against softness and comfort-seeking. It helps us to avoid being involved in the search for compensations which are bound to turn sour because they lead us away from Christ. The spirit of prayer leads us to look upon and treat God as a friend, our closest friend of all. He who never stops walking on and presses forward all the time, says St. Teresa, may reach his goal late, but gets there just the same. Giving up prayer seems to me exactly the same as losing your way and getting lost. We tell God that we want to be faithful. We want nothing more from life than to follow Him in good times and in bad. He is the pivot upon which our whole life turns, the center upon which all our actions converge. Lord, without You, our life would be like a machine that is breaking down, badly off balance, and grinding to a halt. As we finish our prayer, let us turn to the Virgin most faithful, our Mother Mary.